Is up, guys? It is Godswilla back again with another video, and today it's finally here. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm recording this literally maybe like a few hours after getting out of the movie theaters after watching this, but it will come out maybe a couple days after I record it. But that's besides the point. Where do I even begin? First of all, this movie is great. This is. I can't believe I'm saying this about an MCU Spidey movie. I never thought the day would come where I would glaze an MCU Spider Man movie, but here we are because this movie was amazing. It you felt so many emotions going through it. It it felt it felt different than all the other MCU Spidey movies. It was a breath of fresh air. It was a really big breath of fresh air from what we've been getting for Spider-Man. This movie isn't a world level threat like you would see in an Avengers movie. This is actually more boots on the ground, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which is what Spider-Man should be. It when when you make stuff like multiversal and world threats, it defeats the purpose of calling him friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Where I think this movie did an amazing job of making us feel like this is the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This is all about Spider-Man in New York and just oh. Let's talk about the characters, man. You have Tom Holland as Peter Parker, Zendaya as MJ, Jacob. His last name starts with a B. I'm not gonna butcher his name, but y'all know who he is. He's goated. And yeah. Um, Marissa Tomei actually cameoed in the movie too, which was kind of surprising. We saw a scene of her and Peter. Um, it was a flashback in his mind to basically, essentially, right after Homecoming when she found out Peter was Spider-Man. And I was like, why didn't we get a discussion like this? Why don't we get Aunt May worried about Peter being Spider-Man? Here we get it. It's better late than never. Fucking hell. Let's talk about the villains we get in this movie. Before I get into villains. You obviously got Punisher and the Hulk. And then a couple scenes with the new Black Widow. Yeah. Um, Punisher actually has a bigger role than I initially thought. I thought Bruce Banner and Hulk would have a bigger role than Punisher. But Punisher actually, he's in quite a bit of this movie. I would argue he's like a co-lead in a way. It it's crazy. But let's talk about some of the villains in this one. Um, a lot of them are it. The movie starts out in a montage of just Spider-Man fighting villains, getting them captured, yada yada yada. Right. You have a cameo from Scorpion, Tombstone. I was liking that. Um, I don't know who the ninja guys are, but I think they're. I thought it was. I love me some ninjas, so I didn't mind it at all. Um, then we have Jean Grey. Um, I don't have very much knowledge on her, but I think I got a decent grasp of her character and who she is in this movie. She she pretty much can possess you in a way, and she can like jump into your body and control you. So, and and, and you must be thinking, whoa, that is overpowered as fuck. And yes, but there is limits to the power. Because you must be thinking, with a power like that, how is that not a world level threat? Well, the thing is, she can only possess people when they're a certain amount of feet away. She can hop bodies, but they have to first initially be that length away, a certain length away. And why is Jean Grey the main antagonist of the movie? We'll get to that later in the spoiler section. Um, let's talk about Peter. Let's talk about how his character goes in this movie. I I have to say I loved everything about Peter in this movie, man. You just feel for the guy, man, and it's like he wants to be around loved ones and have friends and family, but he knows he's Spider-Man and he can't do that. It he conveys that emotion because he's like looking at Ned and MJ's Instagram posts, and he's like, he's seeing his friends hang out, but they aren't his friends anymore because of the Doctor Strange spell. And it really shows how this weighs on Peter's mind. And it almost is a very like very good like it takes inspiration from Spider-Man 2, because while Peter kinda reintroduces himself to MJ and Ned, kinda, he doesn't really say that he's Peter and all this. He's still hiding his note. But one thing happens at the place he goes to meet them. He sees MJ kiss another guy. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. If this dude wasn't sad before, oh my goodness, this is it. And this existential crisis, instead of like shutting down his powers like it did in Spider-Man 2, it involves his spider powers. But he doesn't know how to use them properly, and he tries to like kind of get rid of them and have it controlled. And he actually gets organic webs, which I said in the trailer video. I thought, whoa, that was cool. And I like the way that he just gets these powers. I mean, he's going through so much shit, and he's becoming an adult, and it's tying into how spiders become an adult. They evolve and change, and he's changing. And it just feels like it makes sense. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. It just made sense to me. He still has that note from the end of No Way Home about telling MJ, "Oh, I'm Peter. I'm Spider-Man. Yada yada." The whole spiel. Um, and MJ eventually finds out later. Peter never actually tells her. Peter actually comes back after handling some crime fighting, and he sees her read the message, or has the note. And he's trying to explain to her that being Spider-Man it's a curse. Because, like, you can't love, you can't have friends because they're just a danger. Speaking of MJ, this is a scene that really, really, wow. It made me tear up, actually. I teared up a lot during this movie, actually. I haven't cried in a Spider-Man movie since TASM 2, which is crazy. This movie, it wasn't your happy-go-lucky Spider-Man film. I mean, obviously there's happy moments and stuff, because you can't, like, venture too far into the darker territory. That's not really Spider-Man. But I like how it's not this happy-go-lucky, oh, Peter's just fine, everything is just fine. No, it's not like that at all, which I appreciate. But in this one scene, so I remember how I told you earlier, Jean Grey can pretty much hop between bodies and possess people. Well, man, this scene, because Jean Grey finds out about MJ and somehow possesses her, even though Peter thought he had Jean Grey intact. But no, he didn't. And we get faked out. We get faked out so bad. Where MJ, and it's like, wait a minute, this is so in character for that MJ to do it. So it's like, I could believe it. Which was, So MJ's like, MJ possessed by Jean Grey is pretty much putting all the pieces together about how Spider-Man saved her and Ned a lot. And he pretty much puts the pieces together that they used to date. And she kisses him. And it's like, wait, what? Then Jean Grey reveals it wasn't even Hurdle. It wasn't even MJ. Oh, that got me. That got me. Oh my goodness gracious, that got me. And then we get another fake out literally seconds after. Well, not really a fake out per se, but it gave me flashbacks to TASM 2, and I have PTSD from that shit. My goodness gracious. So Jean Grey pretty much tries to make MJ fall off a building, and then, like, gives MJ her body back, essentially. So Peter has to save her. It's almost like, not shot for shot the same way it happened in TASM 2, but it's pretty close, and it's like, you get the idea, and you're like, oh my goodness, are they really gonna do this? And it's like, the nods to Spider-Man media from the other films and the games, I just appreciate it a lot. It's just really, I just had a good time with this movie, man. We see Spider-Man do a lot of cool shit in this. I never thought I would want to see Spider-Man and the Hulk fight, but we got it. and it was insane. And this, it just felt, it just, I don't know, man. I had a really good time in the movie theater. And I know I'm spiraling, and I'm just trying to pick apart the stuff I really remember and loved. Um, do I think the movie is perfect? Do I think the movie is better than TASM 2? Or TASM 1? Because I said TASM 1 is my favorite Spider Man movie, or my highest rated Spider Man movie. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. It's definitely the best MCU Spider Man movie. 100%. Does it. I think it's. It could potentially be my second favorite Spider Man movie. And I know that is a wild thing to say. I know. I know. It's probably recency bias. It probably is. But I just. There was nothing horrendously bad about the movie that just made me take me out of it. When the movie ended, I was like, man, I want more. I want more. And that's what it should do. It should leave you wanting more. It left you wanting more in a good way. This. I, I teared up so much in this movie, man. I thought the movie was good. I hear a lot of people are shitting on it. I don't see it. Um, I don't know if you love Spider-Man, if you're a true Spider-Man fan, I don't see why you wouldn't like this movie. Um, it's it's got the core fundamentals of Spider-Man in here. Um, it it really does. But let's get to spoiler territory. Let's talk about why Jean Grey is doing what she's doing, why she's causing havoc around the city. Well, it's because of her sister, who has very similar, it's pretty much the same exact powers. If not more powerful, I think, maybe? But she gets kidnapped by Damage Control so they could experiment on her, so they could use the power for themselves. Or I think that's what it is. So because Spider-Man does help Damage Control capture Jean Grey, because he thinks she's doing bad stuff first, like he doesn't know why she's after the thing at Damage Control. He has no idea if it's Jean Grey's sister. But when Spider-Man pretty much dispels her, he gets this chip. It pretty much shuts the whole power off. And then they shoot her with a sleeping dart. She tells Peter, Sarah, and Peter's like, "Who is Sarah? Do you know anything about Sarah?" And the dude completely lies to Peter. Sarah is not someone who used to work at Damage Control and died. No, that, bro, no, no. He lied to Peter's face, and I was like, oh. Eh, is it a predictable twist? I mean, kinda, I guess, but it's not like the worst thing ever. I mean, like, no, I think it's all right. Like, cause like They don't like the shocking part of damage control being involved in this movie is Tony Stark is not mentioned at all in this movie, which is shocking to me. I thought they would have for sure mentioned Tony Stark or Iron Man, but they didn't. I don't necessarily mind it. I don't think it's the end all be all. And let's talk about the ending, because Punisher and Spider-Man, they team up for a decent chunk of this movie. And they're trying to stop Jean Grey. So, let me set the scene for you. Jean Grey, Peter Parker, in the same room. Miles away, on a rooftop, is Punisher with some kind of sniper. Right. After going into Peter's mind, because she can't, not only can she like go into your mind and possess you, she can actually see who you really are as a person. So she pretty much relives that memory of Aunt May I told you about earlier, and it really touches Jean Grey. She learns you don't have to be alone with the powers anymore, and you don't have to be alone in this fight. Then Peter realizes the bullet has been shot by Punisher, and he saves her. And Peter is about to die. Like, Spider-Man's about to die. He's about to die. But Jean Grey uses her powers to keep him alive, which is insane. And Jean Grey gets away from damage control. Punisher is with Spider-Man in the hospital, and this is funny. Like the banter and the friendship that is formed between Spider-Man and Punisher it's pretty cool, because it's like they have very different ways of going about crime fighting, and to see how they clash about those ideals is, I love it. But this funny last scene. So Peter's obviously in the hospital. They had to take off his mask so they could operate on him, I'm pretty sure. So Punisher's like, I got a plan for when you want to leave. So Peter leaves the hospital. And then up in the window, it's fucking Punisher with the Spider-Man mask waving to the crowd. Because obviously Spider-Man's a big deal. If people think he's about to die in the hospital, they're going to like be outside. It's kind of like a crazy mob about like being crazy over Michael Jackson being at his house, basically, essentially. So, obviously, the people, he's up there just waving and dancing at Spider-Man. It's like, oh my goodness gracious. The ending of the movie is, it's him making Ned realize, or I think he broke Strange's curse or spell. Peter goes to give Ned a handshake, and they do their special bro handshake. And that just makes Ned realize, oh shit, this is my best buddy Peter. And that's how it ends. But we do get a post-credit scene, as with every Marvel movie. It's teasing Miles Morales in live-action format. Yeah. Obviously, this isn't the last Tom Holland Spidey film. Because there's much... And you notice how I never said anything about Peter and MJ getting back together. It's because she still doesn't remember. And she doesn't love Peter because she doesn't know him. It just hits in the feels. But but yeah. That that is Spider-Man Brand New Day. Thank y'all for watching my yap sesh about a movie I just came out of the theater and watched. I I'm honestly shocked. I didn't think they would actually pull off a good MCU Spidey movie. But that's really about it, guys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.